عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من حسن الإسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعنيه. He says sallallahu alayhi wasallam, from the husn, the goodness or the best of somebody's Islam, of a soul's Islam, tarkuhu ma la yanihi, is for him to leave what does not concern him, to mind his own business. Prophet Muhammad said that from the best of somebody's Islam is to mind his own business. Imam Ibn Rajab radiallahu anhu, when he was explaining the 40 hadith of Imam al-Nawawi, he mentioned four ahadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, if every one of us, if we will keep to those 4 principles in those ahadith, then your Islam will be good. Who knows those 4 points that he mentioned, that if you keep to them, your Islam will be good? Yes, Habib. To mind your own business. Don't invent something new in the religion, yes? The halal is clear, the haram is clear. And the intention. Barakallahu fiqh. Alhamdulillah. So our brother Habib, he learned that, alhamdulillah. He knows those 4 points, that if you keep it, your religion will be good. The first one is innamal a'malu binniyat, that every action is judged according to the intention. The second one is Prophet Muhammad says, al-halalu bayn wal-haramu bayn wa baynahuma umur mutashabihat. He says, the halal is clear, the haram is clear, and between them there are some matters that are doubtful matters. Whoever leaves those doubtful matters, he has protected his religion. And then he, at the end of the hadith, he gave an example about the heart, that in the body there is a mudghah, there is a flesh, a piece of flesh. In solihat al-jasad kullu. He says sometimes that if this piece of flesh is good, it is sound, all of the body will be sound. وَإِذَا فَسَدَتْ al-jasad kullu, and if it is corrupt, the whole of the earth of the body will be corrupt. You can put it downstairs. They're coming. The third one is from the hadith of Aisha radiallahu anha. She said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man ahdatha fi amrina hadha ma laysa minhu fahuwa raddun." Whoever brings something new into this religion of ours that is not from it is going to be rejected. So meaning, don't bring something new, don't invent something new into the religion. Then the fourth one is this hadith. He said, "Min husn al-Islam mar'i tarkuhu ma la yanihi." He says that from the goodness of somebody's Islam is to mind his own business, to leave what does not concern him. Because sometimes we put our business, our nose in something that is none of our business. We have to make a comment. You see somebody doing something, you have to say something about it. You see a family, the father is talking to his son, trying to correct him, you go there trying to jump in. Sometimes if he needs your help, he will tell you, "Please brother, help me discipline my child." Because some parents, they don't want you to discipline their child for them. Right? But really, the general is to mind your own business. Don't put your business into somebody else. To the point, one of the ways of minding your own business is you don't look into people's homes or people's cars. You start looking inside, what is in there? Because actually there's a hadith that says if you do that, they are allowed to poke your eye. Yes. If you look into people's private dwelling, it's not allowed. You don't peep into people's homes. You have a question? Sit up properly first. What's your question?
What if
Try not to look. Look on the floor. Don't look. Imagine. Okay, let me ask you a question. You have to answer this. Let's say one day you have your screen open and you forgot that your screen was open and you were not dressed. You just came out of the shower. You're walking past the screen and there's somebody standing right there. Would you like that person to see you? Yes or no? You forgot. You forgot the screen was open. And you're working because it's your house. You're inside the house. Now you wish that person, you wish that he knows not to look into your house at that time when you made a mistake that you forgot to leave the screen open. Yes or no? Good. So that means when you go to somebody's house next time, you can look at the door, but don't look through the window like, oh, are they home? Where is everybody? Oh, they have an iPad sitting over there. That's a nice one. You understand? The same way, let's say, imagine you leave something that you don't want people to see in a place where you forgot to close it. You don't want somebody looking into there and saying, okay, that's what is he doing with that? You understand? Okay, good. I'm glad you got it. Yes, what's your question?
Or is it like some suspicion? Like let's say like you were hearing some sounds next door, like somebody breaking into something. Like, don't you gotta be nosy about that and call the police?
If you hear a sound next door, somebody's breaking in, yes, you have to call the police. That's a good question you asked me. Let me tell you a little story now. When I was explaining this principle about minding your own business, I gave a story about a brother who used to smoke cigarettes. And I advised him not to smoke cigarettes because it's bad for him. He said, I've been smoking for 50 years. You're telling me to stop smoking? So he said it like that. He's not going to stop smoking. So somebody asked me, are you minding your business? Why don't you mind your business not to ask him not to smoke? But in this case, I am asking him to stop doing something that is evil, something that is bad for him. Because that brother, you know what happened to him? He got cancer. He was in the hospital for a long time. And unfortunately, when he came out of the hospital, cured of the cancer, I found him again smoking cigarettes. So at that point, I mind my own business. I didn't say anything to him about cigarettes after that. I didn't say anything to him because now I'm minding my business. I already did my job of, if I saw somebody break into somebody's house, I'm going to say, hey, what you doing over there? I'm going to call the cops. You have to do that. That is enjoying good, forbidding evil. But if you find a husband and wife, they're fighting in their home, you go and put your nose at the door and say, what are they fighting about? What are they saying? You're not minding your own business. That's not minding your own business. Or if your parents, they're having a little discussion, you want to hear what they're talking about? Mind your own business. Stay away from their room, from their door. So some kids, they do that sometimes. Okay. That's good. Good for you. Babe, inshallah, anybody else have any questions because we are running out of time? Yes, what's your question?
What about if you've already been to that house before?
What about if you've been to their house before? It doesn't mean you put your nose and you start looking through their door or through their window.
This is your second time. You don't
You don't look into people's homes. The rule is not to look into people's homes. It's not, Islam doesn't allow you to do that. Don't look into people's homes. They are allowed to poke your eye. Like this?
Yeah.
Yes, like this. They are allowed to do that. I didn't say they should do that, but they are allowed to do that because you're looking into their home. Keep it down.
What if they're looking into your house? Are you allowed to poke them?
If somebody looks into somebody's house, you're allowed to poke their eyes. Yes.
What if you find someone older than you looking into your house? Are you allowed to poke them in the house? because you're saying that you shouldn't really do anything that you're not supposed to do. to your elders.
Yes.
But what if they're doing something that they're not supposed to do to you? And you said that you're allowed to do.
I understand your question. That's a good question. This young brother, he asked me a very good question. He said, really, your question, let me put it in a better way, okay? Is that if you find somebody who's older than you doing something they're not supposed to be doing, how do you address it?
Tell your mom.
Good. That's good. That's a good one. I like that. You say, tell your mom. You tell your mom or your dad, whoever, say, I found Mr. this and that who was looking through the house. Tell him next time he's not supposed to do that because I can poke his eye. Well, say that your teacher says it's allowed to do that, but you don't do that. Because, if you do that, he will smack you real bad. Right? So what you do, hold on. What you do in that case, if you find an elder doing something they're not supposed to be doing, you find somebody who can, Sheriff, come in. Come sit over here.
Like about the same age.
You find somebody who can talk to them. Who can tell them, this thing that you did, they don't have to say you told them, but inshallah they can talk to them and tell them that that's not a good thing to do, okay? So that's how you address that. You don't go, but if you find Farouk is looking in somebody's house, you tell him, Farouk, don't do that. Okay? Somebody who's your age, you can tell him stop. But somebody who's older than you, you have to be careful sometimes. Some people don't want to hear it. Yes, Farouk, what's your question?
One time.
Yeah. No, don't tell me somebody's name.
No, I'm not.
Don't give me
Any of those like schools. I'm not.
Okay. One time, who did it? Don't tell me you did.
I rang the doorbell.
Okay.
And I looked. I rang the doorbell to
Yes.
my friend's house, and I looked in the window.
Yes.
And then somebody saw me, and he said, "Stop looking in the window." And then the next time I came, I saw him looking in the window.
He said that one time he went to somewhere and he looked in the window, somebody told him to stop looking in the window, and that same person was doing it. Obviously, that's not good. If you are telling people not to do something, you should also stay away from it. Okay? But, yeah, so when he told you he's right, you shouldn't look in through somebody's window even if you ring their doorbell. You just wait for them to open the door or to whatever the case may be, okay? طيب. Inshallah, we will stop here. We need to call the adhan for Salat al-Dhuhr. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Go ahead, call the adhan. Next time.
Allah.